Welcome in and welcome back, everybody. Doing another boat fail video today. Hopefully, I found us another good one to watch. We'll find out in a minute, though. If you like what we're doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment down there, help the algorithm. Every little bit's greatly appreciated. Other than that, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Let's go ahead and see what kind of trouble these guys get into. I already know that's gonna fall over. He's only got support on one side. Yeah. Yeah. So if you look down here, these little red things, there's one right here. That's what the boat was resting on. These, there was nothing on this side. So as soon as he pulls away, there's nothing to hold it up from falling over. Like, yeah, I saw that. As soon as I seen this piece and not a piece over here, yeah. I mean, not much else that can happen. Oh, what's he gonna do? Oh, yep, shoot him. He's just, yeah. That's funny, but you know, can be dangerous. So you gotta be careful. This is just somebody showing off. Oh, hits another ski. Hopefully he's alright. That could have ended very badly. Doesn't show the aftermath though, so I don't know. Ooh, yeah. So that looked like he hit the wave, and the angle that he hit it at, though, he went into the wave, like under it. So you know that water probably just hit him right in the face. Looked like it knocked him off even. I'm pretty sure you know he's gonna be hurting tomorrow. So I don't know what this kid's doing or what these guys are doing, but they got the dinghy hanging off the side of the boat. Did he just hand him a beer? Oh no. No, I don't think he handed him a beer. Oh man, that was close. That's probably
Are
one of
you
those panic
interested in wholesaling or
situations, you
flipping
know, where
abandoned
they
homes
just go
but
ahead
don't
and
have
do
time to
that.
drive for dollars? With that,
Like I
leads,
said
you can build.
before, if you guys don't like seeing the ads, just like I don't, hit that subscribe button, help me out. Let me get that premium. You know what I mean? Uh, I need to get that partner on YouTube so I can afford to get that premium and get rid of these ads for you. But yeah, that last one, another panic situation. Comes in too hot, doesn't stop the boat, runs right into the dock. I'm just glad that kid was able to get out of the way. Um, didn't look like he was injured because he ran off real quick. So hopefully he's okay. And yeah, let's keep going. Yep, just making a fat wake at the ramp so he can get his boat far enough up and get it latched in. You really don't, I mean, if you know what you're doing, you don't need that much pressure on the front of your boat. And then if he messes with it too much and that boat gets a little bit of an angle and starts going over the front where it rests, if it hops up, that's just going to shove him right into the back of his truck, man. So, so what it sounded like is the guy that's being towed, because you can see the tow rope. The guy that's being towed is yelling at the boat that's towing them, and for good reason, in my opinion. I mean, he didn't have to cuss as much as he did, but in my opinion, I would be mad too because that front boat, you know, is towing that boat for a reason. That boat has no power. He cannot turn. He cannot get away from those pilings. None of that. So that boat should have kept tension on the rope and been able to keep him out far enough away. You anticipate the wind, so you know he's going to swing because he has no power. So I think that boat, I mean, him yelling at them for good reason. So now he's got all that damage to his boat because basically they brought him too close, gave him a lot of slack, let him blow into the pilings, and then kind of pulled him along, which is just doing damage to his boat. So understandably, that guy's pissed. Another boat fire. It's horrible. Especially when they're like that, there's not much you can do but wait them out. Unless you have a firefighting boat with a big enough pump to spray the water. Or sometimes the guys will pull up and shoot the water. So like that previous clip where the guy pulls up and he shoots the water at the guy on the beach and knocks him over. I've seen people do that with jet skis and boats to shoot a bunch of water onto the boats that are on fire, and sometimes that does work. Um, Definitely helps more than it hurts. So that would have been something nice to see in a boat fire situation, but not everybody is that savvy or understands what's going on or even knows how to do that. So, um, but yeah, sometimes they do. And this looks like just another bad weather situation. Rocking back and forth quite a bit. Just big swells out there. Especially with all that weight. That's a huge boat. It's a lot of weight. And once you get rocking, it just makes it worse with all the extra weight. So, and you can hear all the stuff sliding around in the cab with them. Doesn't look too bad though. They should be able to make it out of there, no problem. Continue on their voyage. Okay, so my assumption here already is he fell into the water on his boat, or he pulled up to the ramp and didn't tie it, so it floated away. So then he had to go out there and grab it and pull it in, which is what it looks like he's doing, or he fell off and can't get back on, so now he has to pull the boat to shore where he can get up and get into it. But the more I look at it and how shallow the water is, my guess is he didn't tie it up and had to go retrieve it and bring it back. Another boat launch. That is a huge boat. Doesn't look like it's going to stop before it hits this stuff, though. Yeah. I mean, that's just a huge boat. So I can't tell if that was a launch. Honestly, it didn't really... I can't tell. I can't tell if that was a launch or not. If it was a launch, having all that stuff in the way was a very bad idea. If it's just a situation where he's in shallow water and was getting pushed over by current or something else, then they should have known all that stuff there is in the way. And at least they did drop the anchor eventually. That's unfortunate they didn't do it sooner if they were just drifting. So, can already tell you that boat is way too big for that trailer. It's a single axle trailer. It looks like the trailer right at the pivot point where the neck, right after the V starts going straight. Looks like it bent up. So basically the trailer's riding on the ground because the weight of the boat has bent it. But you know how that goes. Well, another ad. Help me get premium, guys. Help me get that partner so I can afford it. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Yeah, with it dragging on the ground like that, there's no way he's gonna get it out, right? I'm not really sure what the goal is here. Best thing he can do is launch it, anchor it, get the right trailer, and come back for it. Another person that doesn't know how to drive a boat, or something's wrong with their boat. You know, the steering cables and stuff sometimes do go out, which then they can't steer the boat. And if their steering cable and throttle cable broke, so they couldn't stop the boat, I mean, but I don't know what they're doing. They just keep on going. Yep, now they're gonna hit the side. I mean, there's a person on the back of the boat. I'm not sure what he's doing. Trying to hook something or what? But if he's the only one on the board, he should be at the helm stopping the boat. Hate to see it. Yeah, I have no idea why the guy's still on the back of the boat. There's no reason you should be on the back of the boat unless unless there is no power and there is no steering. That's the only reason it should be like that. And just another unfortunate situation at the boat ramp. Didn't leave it in gear, or left it in neutral. Didn't put the brake on. Didn't put it in gear. Who knows? Um, but they definitely went too far with their truck, man. That's unfortunate. And the last one, he was in very shallow water. You could see him kicking up the dirt. Shouldn't even have been in that situation.
Guys up front trying to let it go free.
So this is the same thing here. He's just in a shallow area, touching the ground, just trying to get out. Only so much you can do though, because a lot of times once you run aground or you get too shallow, you can't really do anything else. Yeah, jumped just a little bit too early. At least he made it without falling in the water. Good for him. Good for him. Not sure what the goal is there though.
You got to do when you like
Yeah,
fire like that.
just
You have to also start spraying that boat and the houses.
another
You
fire.
want amber to fall on top of a roof, and then you got a structure fire.
Yeah, actually, what he said was very, informative and smart and made a lot of sense. When you do have a fire like that and it's near other structures, if there is any way that you can put, fire retardant of any kind, water, whatever you got, on the structures that are around it to help stop it from spreading, that's always a good idea. If you can do it safely, of course. Because, sometimes your fire extinguishers, your fire retardant materials, the water that you do have available might not be enough to put that out, but it could provide enough moisture on the structures around it to prevent that from spreading. So, always a good idea if you can, but safely, of course, because that property is not worth anybody's life. So these guys are trying to get on their boat and play, have a little fun, but they told him straight up no because he's in a speedo. They're like, no, 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 what is this? Yeah, they didn't want no part of that speedo. Sent him on his way. That looks pretty shallow. They got a huge rooster tail going on that thing. That's pretty awesome.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Another beached vessel. Looks like it's most likely a tidal situation. I mean, his wife's trying to help out, driving the boat onto the trailer for him. And he took a big misstep there and it didn't work out. Yep, he definitely drowned his truck. And at least they were able to pull it out. And that's good.
Both.
What do you mean?
Man, this video's got a crap ton of ads, man. Yeah. Probably won't get any of those on my videos, because I'm not monetized, I'm not partnering, none of that yet. So hopefully the only ads you gotta watch when you're watching my videos are the ones that pop up on screen. But yeah, if I can get a few more subscribers and maybe get monetized, then I'll definitely try to get premium as soon as possible so we can avoid that in the future. Yeah, that's a situation we run into a lot on the lakes and rivers. The people in their boats aren't always looking around, being aware of their surroundings. And somebody on a kayak or a canoe, something small like that, your waves are gonna make a big, big difference to their ability to stay upright. You get too close to them, your waves can flip them over, especially if they're turned sideways. He was very smart, that guy on that kayak. He was very smart about it, and he turned directly into the waves, so the nose of his vessel is straight into it, going up and down with it, allowing him to, more forward, a lot less swivel back and forth, side to side. But if he didn't see him coming or the guy came rushing past him on his side and he gets a big wake, that'll flip him over. I've seen it happen a lot at the lake I work at. Especially some guys that are out trying to do a fishing tournament or something. If they're in a hurry to get somewhere and they're trying to win, a big prize pool or something, or they just don't care, or they're already intoxicated, they'll drive, fast right next to a kayak and not even look back. And those guys will flip over, and if they've got a lot of gear on, or if it's cold weather, and they've got their waders and all that other stuff on, and hopefully a life jacket as well. But if they don't have their life jacket, all that stuff's gonna weigh them down. They're probably just gonna be holding on to their kayak for dear life. Lose a bunch of their gear. If they have a life jacket with all that gear on, they're not gonna be able to pull themselves up. I've had people have like call our staff, to come out and help get them out of the water because they couldn't get themselves out after flipping over, stuff like that. So I hate seeing that. If you see a kayak or a small boat around you, pay attention, give them some space, give them a little bit of time to see the waves coming, or for your wakes to dissipate a little bit before they hit them. And then hopefully the guy on the kayak's smart enough to turn into it as well. That goes the same for small vessels, or any boat really. If you're going into the waves, you never want to follow them sideways. You never want the waves to be going from one side of your boat to the other. You always want to kind of nose into it and ride them through. And then if you're in the ocean, especially like in a shallow area or a reef area, that's going to be even more important on timing, how you ride those waves out. But you never want to ride them sideways because it can flip even a huge ship like the ship we were looking at earlier. You saw how much that was tossing back and forth, and the swells didn't look that big to us from where we were, but you get waves side to side like that. Um, it's you can flip a vessel pretty easy. So I hate to see that. Hopefully, nobody else gets flipped over out there from that guy just speeding by him. But yeah, that guy did the right thing. Turned right into it. He did well.
There you go.
Not sure what happened there. Maybe they might have just lost their anchor or broke something, but he didn't look like he knew what he was doing with that anchor. And then, yeah, must be a rental. Yeah, that's a safe assumption to make sometimes when you're watching people do stuff like this. They dropped him off at the dock and then panicked. I mean, that's a classic panic situation. All they had to do was kind of idle out, slowly turn and move, side to side. Just kind of hang out and then come back in slowly to pick him up when he was ready. But that didn't happen. Straight up panicked and did a lot of damage to that dock and probably that boat. That dock is that's an expensive fix. That was a massive fish. Like, that thing's got to be hundreds of pounds. Hundreds of pounds. You saw how close the side of that boat was to rocking into the water. If the water did make it up over the side, that could have been a capsized situation, but luckily it wasn't. But that fish was massive. Love to see it. They did a good job. But yeah, this is one of those situations I was talking about. You see how they're in the shallow water, and they're facing sideways to the waves. Okay, so now they're kind of nose tailing it, which is good. But, oh no, they're on the brake. So it's going to brake on them or right next to them. Yeah, it's just going to make it worse. Not sure how they're going to get out of this situation unless they can motor real quick and turn around into the nose. But I'm pretty sure they're screwed. This boat's going to capsize. Oh, they're on ground already, so there's not much they can do about it anyway. Yeah, so there goes capsize. They got in way too shallow. Hopefully he didn't get hurt. Looked like they hit him pretty good. But not much you can do about it now. Now you just wait and call a recovery service. I wouldn't even be in the water next to it. Some waves are unpredictable. It could swing it right at you, or swing the debris that came off the boat right into you and hurt the guy who's still in the water. You might as well just cut your losses, get away from it. wait till it settles and start getting on the phone with somebody who can recover it for you. Yeah, that's cool. They converted that into that boat into a car. That's pretty neat. Definitely doesn't look like it would be, you know, waterworthy at that point. Um, it's definitely just a show car, just for fun. And that's unfortunate, you know. Boat fire. Boat got too close to other stuff, and fire spreads. You know, that does happen. But that's what we were talking about earlier. You know, if there's a way you can stop it from spreading, that would be awesome. Can't always do that though safely. So, and that's something that could happen there. Possibly dead in the water, close to shore. Man, I don't think I've ever watched a video in my 10 year of watching YouTube or being around YouTube. I've never seen a video have this many ads in it. That's just crazy. Sorry about that, guys. Um, Another fire, man. That's just unfortunate. It's sad to see. Fire department is there, so they're most likely gonna, basically just maintain it so it doesn't spread. But whatever water hose they had is not gonna put it out. It'll only help stop it from spreading. Big old yacht, possibly with some damage. Definitely leaning, taking on water, or listing, uh, as they like to say. Another unfortunate fire. Hate to see it. Oh no. Yeah. Well, they explained it for me. Basically, he was standing at the helm, wasn't paying attention. Um, he moved back with his butt a little bit too far and smacked the throttle, and the boat took off. Jostled everybody around, unfortunately. Hopefully nobody got hurt though. Not sure what we're looking at here. Oh, they're in shallow water. Okay, I wasn't sure what that was on the side of the boat. Turns out it was a person. Trying to get them free from whatever they're stuck on because they were definitely touching the ground. Island Diva 2. They don't look very confident in what they're doing. Yep, and then they panic and go forward and smash another boat. That's just very unfortunate. This guy probably parked his dinghy there before the other boats were there, and there was room. But, the back of the dinghy
Hey,
probably had it backed in.
I just
Back of the dinghy's a little bit wider than the rest of it, so
call me back.
that happened. Well, that last one, that was very unfortunate. Usually you hope that you can see something like that coming. Um, there are some instances where, like an infinity pool, it looks like the water just keeps going, and then it ends up being a waterfall or a set of rapids. I don't know what kind of angle they had on the water, if they could see that or not, but very unfortunate. At least it didn't, roll over, capsize. Looked like they were okay if those were the guys on the boat. But that's a very unfortunate situation. Um, because on a boat like that, it's very hard to get through rapids because the way that the rapids look the way they do is because the water is smashing off of rocks, being pushed this and that direction. So hopefully, hopefully their boat's okay too. Definitely gonna have some scratches at the very least. Hopefully no holes in it, but they won't know until they get it recovered. And then there could always be more damage when you recover it because there's a limited amount of options when it comes to recovery. And sometimes those options damage the boat. That's going to fall in, I'm pretty sure. That's what it looks like anyway. I hope it doesn't though. I hope these guys are clever and they catch it. At least they had it tied up. That was very smart. Um, in my opinion, they should have just lowered it off to the side and had the boat pull up and do it that way. That would have been way better. Um, but at least they tied it up so it didn't end up in the water. So that looks like some kind of hybrid vehicle. It's floating well. Looks like it's going to be doing okay. Not sure what he's doing.
You gonna get wet, he said. I was like, yeah, a little bit, mate. Yeah.
I'm surprised they're still floating. Um, but it does look like they're in a dinghy. So, the dinghy will hold a bunch of air and keep them afloat even if there's a bunch of water in the vessel. Kind of like a pontoon. Um, it'll keep it afloat, luckily. But that was entertaining to say the least. So that works out. But that's the end of this video. Hope some of y'all are still here. Appreciate you staying till the end, hanging out with me, stopping by, saying hi. Go ahead and hit all them buttons, leave some comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. All of it's greatly appreciated. Sorry there's so many freaking ads in this video. I wasn't expecting that. Like I said, this is one of the videos with the most ads in it I've ever seen, which is crazy. I think there was like three or four, which is nuts. But yeah, appreciate every single one of you for coming by, saying hi, hanging out, doing all that you do. Every little bit's appreciated. Hopefully everybody's gonna have a blessed day, blessed week. Hopefully everybody had blessed holidays, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. I appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot. Peace.